Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. This is Ryan Aranda here, my best life Paraguay. And today we're going to be checking out Brasa y Leña, Churrasquería. And churrasquerias are steakhouses, right? This is a Brazilian steakhouse in Asunción, right? Getting closer to Fernando de la Mora, the next city down, right? This is a wonderful place. They got an outside area, even have an upper area, and a nice inside area, especially now because it's really hot, right? So it's all AC, ready to go. But as you can see, even the outside area has a nice little area for kids, right? They got even a boxing bag back in the corner. So it's a really cool little place, man. And like these restaurants have no problem with like putting up just fun stuff, you know. Yeah, so I have wonderful things to say about this place. Like I'm maybe some people won't say it's the best steakhouse in town, but it certainly is a wonderful place and it's a wonderful pricing. I'll just say off the bat, I believe it was $22 American for me and my buddy to eat. It doesn't include drinks though, but it's full buffet style, right? And it's all the meat that you can possibly eat. The only rule is that you're not allowed to take food home, right? Because it is a buffet style. Yeah, so wonderful staff. These guys were happy that I told them about my YouTube channel that I'd be eventually putting this video out there. So yeah, so let them know, you know, if you're gonna head to this churrasqueria, Brasa y Leña, and you know, they'll be happy to know that like you found this place off my channel, you know. Okay, so yeah, this kind of how it looks inside. They got a lot of space for you for bigger parties, smaller parties. You can make reservations as well, which I'll put their contact info up here shortly. Yeah, so you know the buffet style, they'll have noodles, rice, all kinds of potato things, salads, all kinds of like potato salads, all that good stuff. So just a wonderful place, man. I mean, you know, have just it really is great. So go follow them on Instagram, you guys, at Brasa y Leña, PY. So they kind of spell it a little bit different here on their Instagram. They also have their WhatsApp numbers. You want to make reservations just to make sure, you know. And yeah, so great place. And so this is where it's located on the map here in Asunción, getting closer to Fernando de la Mora. And the area that it's in, once we get some footage, we're actually going to be starting at a food park Contenedores, which is right up the street. And then we're going to, me and my buddy, we're going to walk down towards the steakhouse, right? And so it'll be about an 8-minute walk right before you see the restaurant footage, right? So if you want to see just the restaurant entering it and the inside, skip ahead, right? Anyway, so this is the food park, a nice area, nice people. I had some Mexican food back there. I forgot to film it properly. But you know, they have asado, like you know, they also have steak options and stuff here, right? Just like everywhere in Paraguay. You know, we're a big steak country, you guys, big red meat country. We export beef, even more so than Argentina does, right? So this is the neighborhood. It's a nicer neighborhood for sure. You know, some areas like this in particular is not too flattering, but once we get going here, it's a nice avenue with a nice walkway for people, for joggers, for couples, for older folks. You know, and Paraguayans really value, right? And, you know, obviously foreigners as well, but locals really value just like these nice walkways, because on the sides of the roads sidewalks are not always up to par. You know what I mean? So yeah, so like even something like this, you'll see like tropical plants and all this stuff. So it's beautiful. I mean, it's kind of an overcast, kind of random day, but still, you know, nice to have this in the heart of the city, right? Anyways, so yeah, coming up here, yeah, we're keeping on this path here, and anyway, going back to the steakhouse, right? It's 180,000, which I believe is around $22 American. I think I said that, you know, for two people. It was a special promo. I believe it's almost every single day of the week. You know, if you're you and a friend, or you and a lady or whatever, you and a partner, whatever, y'all go. It's extremely reasonable. right? Especially for two people. It doesn't include drinks though, but they have a full buffet style, which I'll film here later, and all the meat that you could possibly eat. Okay, so yeah, so I've been here in Paraguay for over 7 months now, living, and it's been a wonderful time, man. As I mentioned in the last video, I got a girlfriend now, right? Wonderful, beautiful young lady, you know what I mean? And so I might actually take her back to this place, especially once they know that and they see that I put a video out there, right? Hopefully you guys view this. Real quick, I'll just mention this guy on the side here. He's a juggler. Very common to see in Latin America when you stop at stop signs, right? People do like acrobatics, dances, juggling. So anyway, that's why you saw like the bowling pins that he juggles in the air, right? Very talented stuff, you guys, and then they'll go around the cars, ask them cars for money change, whatever, after they're done performing at the stoplights. And police allow them to do that, because they know they're not doing no harm. They're just doing their craft, yeah. Anyways, so this is what the neighborhood looks like. You have Frida Kahlo over there. Very, you'll see Frida Kahlo all over Latin America, right? Her imagery. And, most people don't mind, honestly, that I was, pointing the camera right ahead. But when I saw that some people they didn't really care for me pointing the camera at them, I kind of just start filming the houses, you guys, just in case you want to get in the YouTube game. Right. So anyways, we got a little ways to go, about 5 minutes before we actually come to the place. But, this is just a good first person footage, right? And yeah, I guess another topic I'll dive into, right, is, yeah, I've touched on this multiple times, right? But, in general, right, finding your way in life, finding your own path is more important now than it's ever been before. I'm seeing numbers in the US, and every single year it gets worse and worse of like people getting laid off, people who have degrees in certain fields that, they always promised us, go to college, do your thing, just as I did, live your life the same as your parents and your grandparents, do the 9 to 5, don't speak up, you know what I mean? And I've always sucked at that, like, don't speak up part, because I've always challenged, right, people, even when it's put me in situations where I could have either been fired or whatever, because I just don't allow stupid stuff to go down, right? And I want to mention the incident that went down recently. I didn't even engage with it, right? But like I'm starting to get some of the bad things that come with clout too, like weirdos following me. There's a certain young lady who wrote me in incredibly insulting things, right? But I just let that go. I'm not even gonna name drop because I don't want you guys to oh, who is it? And let's go harass her. You know what I mean? So anyway, that situation died down a couple months ago, all because she thought I was trying to bring passport bros over here or whatever, even though I'm just literally living a life and just filming it, right? But recently, and yeah, man, he's lucky I'm not name dropping him, but there is a guy who started out semi-normal, I guess. Hey Ryan, I like your channel, I like what you do, I like the places you show, I like how honest you are, your authenticity, all this stuff. And very weirdly, man, very, very weirdly, I posted a picture about my new girl, right? And he's like, you shouldn't be having girlfriends and you should be in crypto and becoming rich and all this crazy stuff. I'm like, so you need to be a multimillionaire before you even try to have a relationship? It's just very weird stuff, man, honestly. And I didn't even engage with it until and I still didn't even engage with it when there was insults thrown my way. And I honestly don't care about, people can say whatever they want. Right? I pulled an Eminem a long time ago when I was like, look, man, you can insult me, my weight, the way I look, my mental health struggles. I don't give. You guys can judge me all day. That shit don't affect me. You know what I mean? You guys may think I'm stupid. You may not like the way I talk. I might say right too much or too much, or I might have weird pauses because I don't really edit too much of the way I speak or whatever. But you come at me all day. But when you come after my family or the woman I'm with, I'm not gonna engage with it unless I feel that I need to. But just don't be surprised that like, especially when I block you, all right? And again, this is literally just like a couple people I've had to deal with. Like 99.9% of you guys are like wonderful, right? But like I've had this come up, right? And I ask myself why. I didn't do nothing, right? It's just very weird, right? Like there's some really odd people out here, right? Just like overly invested in my personal life. Like lay off me, man. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, man, there's been some weird stuff going down lately. And I just talked to an expat the other day and he's like, dude, that's what comes with fame, right? And I don't consider myself famous, right? But like I've had multiple people tell me because of like the way that I do things, the authenticity that I have, people kind of latch on to my personality more so than what I just show on screen and stuff, right? In a good way, but then sometimes in a bad way. Like they're like overly weirdly invested in my life. Like, dude, like lay off me. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking weird, man. Last thing I'll say about this before we enter this place, before I talk more about the restaurant now, is that like, look, man, I chose a path in life and like not a lot of people do. And like not a lot of people well, you guys do. Most like literally 99.9% of you guys do. But there's some weirdos out there, man, that like aren't, if you don't do everything that the way that they want you to do it or whatever, like they'll start coming at you in weird freaking ways, man. Anyways, so I'm not trying to make all this negative. Let's go back to the just admiring the beauty of this restaurant. So now that we're walking through here, as you saw the pictures, I take a step back, back here. So there is an upstairs area, right? And here's a little kids play area. Back there was the boxing bag that I was just like, man, this is so cool. But yeah, so yeah, I guess the whole point of me bringing all that kind of negativity stuff up is like, man, like I am getting a little more clout, right? And like, yeah, I got a small number, small. I guess I shouldn't count 1,000 as small, but like smaller than some channels. But the thing is like, I have a lot of people who are deeply emotionally invested in my channel, right? Beyond of what I just showed, but like in my life, and again, most of it's good, but some of it's starting to become a little bit weird, and I distance myself. And yeah, the very last part I'll say about that is like, don't be surprised, man. Like if you found yourself like blacklisted or in some sort of way, man, because I'm gonna let people know, man, if there's like serious true crazies who are creating like crazy accounts, even though I blocked them, of like to keep contacting me and harassing me, oh, I'm gonna let others know that are in this residency game for sure. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyways, going back to this wonderful restaurant. Sorry for the negativity, but I had to address it. Yeah, they got cell phone chargers, man. Wonderful back area. I just filmed like kind of just what they got back there, right? All kinds of whatever wines options, beer options, drink options, etc. And yeah, a very cowboy-esque kind of decorations everywhere, right? So that's where you ask for the meat right here off to the right here, right? So they'll have I forgot to film it, but they have the meat options in the back there. You tell them which one cut you would like. He'll cut it off right in front for you, right? So here is the buffet area that I don't even know what this is. It's got some kind of beans, right? This is Brazilian stuff, you guys. So honestly, I can't even really translate everything well for you. Like, okay, arroz blanco, that's Spanish, right? That's easy to understand. But yeah, some of these other ones are definitely Brazilian. I guess it's Spanish as well. But you got like all kinds of like potato options, rice options, fideos, which is like different Asian noodles, tallarin, chino, which is the Asian noodles. Wonderful stuff, you guys. you can only even try so much, right? Uh, breads, they got different. What is this? Okay, even more like potato based dishes. Again, this is like $11 a person, especially if you go with two people. So incredibly fair pricing, right? You can't even get a McDonald's meal for like hardly $11 anymore. Here you can come and get anything you want. Yeah, different pastas and creams, and that's a really good beef sauce, right? That you usually put over some kind of rice or noodles. Raviolis. That's cuatro queso, the four cheese ravioli, I believe, because it's white. Um, ham and cheese lasagna. I don't really care for ham and cheese lasagna. I like a meat lasagna. When I say meat, I mean like a carne, beef, right? Anyways, so here's the salad stuff, right? Just endless options. Amazing salad, you guys. Yeah, I can't even tell you what all this stuff is, but you know, it's all great quality veggies here in the southern cone of Latin America. Any sauces that you guys possibly want. An amazing deal. An absolutely amazing deal. Okay. So yeah. And here's kind of a last option. You know what that is? That's actually chicken heart. That very first thing that you just saw. I didn't really like it, you guys. I tried it, but I just felt weird eating it. It wasn't too good, but all the rest of this stuff is amazing. Like it's like different. Okay, and then yeah, here's at the end after you got done eating the ice creams and desserts kind of stuff. Just to give you guys an idea, the steakhouses, most of them are pretty much all of them. All churrasquerias are this buffet style, right? Okay, so here's again the map of we were at. This is Brasa y Leña Churrasquería. Wonderful place, you guys, and I highly recommend it. Maybe some of you guys will say it's not the best steakhouse, but it's still a very good steakhouse, right? There's some that are even more like bourgeois, all that kind of thing, but this is still a very, very good option for very good pricing, right? Yeah, again, here's their contact info. Follow them on Instagram, you guys. If I remember, I'll put it down in the description along with their WhatsApp info. You guys can stay up on certain promos they have around like Valentine's Day. They got that stuff, which is tomorrow here. I'll probably upload it on Valentine's Day. I'm not sure. But yeah, again, like great environment too. Like you guys sit outside as well. Maybe when it's not as hot. We've had like 100-degree days here in Paraguay recently, like almost every single day. Right. Okay, so I'm sorry to have touched on that negativity if you saw that part of the video, but you guys, like, I have to protect the people. I have to protect my family and I have to protect my woman. You know what I mean? So like, I hate that I even have to talk about this stuff and touch on anything negative. I wish I could just like every single video could be like, oh my God, you guys, look at this. This is wonderful stuff. This is wonderful stuff, man. Like, I don't know. I'm guessing I'm the first YouTuber, at least in English speaking, who has touched this place, and they like it, man. Like, you guys show love, man, and I get subscribers almost every single place I go now, because I'm not afraid to tell people I have a YouTube channel. Literally, I probably have gotten like 50 to 60 to 70 subscribers just like talking to people. You're like, hey, by the way, I got a YouTube channel and I'm on Instagram the same way. You want to stay in contact, etc. Follow my journey while I'm here in Paraguay. If you want me to come back and film anything, I certainly will, or at least put on my Instagram. Again, they're wonderful folks who work here. A great group of guys, and some ladies, I think, if I remember the staff correctly. Yeah. Yeah, man. But like, something like this, having an experience like this, dude, man, you're talking so much more money in the States. I mean, you guys already know that. That's why I bring up the location, the pricing, how good it was, what your options are. And, this is a good representation of the southern cone of America, or the southern cone of South America, right? Our food, our vibes, you know. We're very meat centralized peoples, right? Okay, so you guys, lastly, I'll just say thank you. Thank you to all those who follow me, and especially those who follow me very closely and religiously and who are good people. Again, it's like literally 99% of you are wonderful, wonderful folks. There's just a couple odd folks out here who, I don't know, they're too invested in my life in the wrong ways, right? Not in the right ways, like in the encouraging ways or whatever. You know, and I don't like to engage in too much negativity, but again, I will bring it up when I feel it's necessary, right? Because this is my country. This is Paraguay. This is not a game to me. There is no other country that I'm gonna be like I'll visit other countries, but like this is my plan A for life, right? And that's exactly why I say this is not a game. This is all me. This is the rawest version of me. In fact, multiple of you have told me like you're honestly in my eyes, they tell me that like, you know, you're the most authentic channel. I feel like I know you on a personal level. Like I hardly even have to explain my story when I meet some of you guys in person, because you say like, damn, I pretty much know all about you. You know what I mean? And not everybody says that. And I know a lot of people may look at me, like, especially what I shared in the last video about mental health struggles and like all that stuff, is like, oh man, he's a weirdo. Why would he share that much? It's because of relatability. You know what I mean? It's because I know that you guys are struggling, right? Especially the younger guys, right? Who are still trying to figure life out. People say I'm an influencer. I personally really don't care for that term myself, but I guess I influence people sometimes to take steps or to consider Paraguay or to go certain places that I've been. But I like to, I guess if I were to have to put a one word on it, that's not influencer. Hopefully I inspire some of you guys. I'm an inspirer. I think that's a word. Or I'm just a normal guy, man. So with a normal channel, but I hope that my honesty, right, and my integrity shines above, I don't know, but others that, I don't know, you know, yeah. And, you know, yeah, I may be talking to you guys in English. I guess I'll just close with that. Like, but I kind of am a pretty well representation of Paraguay, just like an Americanized version, right? Paraguayans, you know, especially when it comes to this kind of stuff, we are honest, like we are hardworking and creative, and you know, so and I joke a lot too. I haven't really joked a lot in this video, but you know, even when I was going on a first date and stuff with a girl I'm with now, you know, it was just like joke and joke and joke and joke and joke. So some of you guys don't really care for my jokes or whatever, but you know what I mean? It's just raw, real me, man. And believe me, Paraguay loves your Paraguayan neighbors. If you guys move down here, they're gonna love you for your honesty, authenticity, and your true life story. Okay. Anyways, this is Ryan Aranda, My Best Life Paraguay. Much love, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Keep hitting me up for consultations, all that good stuff. And yeah, and if I drop this here before Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. I might drop it on Valentine's Day, hopefully not later. But much love. And you know, if you're alone on Valentine's Day, I feel you. I've been alone on Valentine's Day the last few years now. This is the first Valentine's Day I actually have a woman, and I actually have a woman who adores me and like and likes me, and I like her and adore her. You know what I mean? So. But I know that that's not a lot of your cases, especially in the West. In fact, the big reason why a lot of you guys want to move to other countries is because to find love. You know what I mean? So beyond the cost of living and all that. Okay, I know I had like 10 goodbyes. My bad. I'm for real now. Goodbye, you guys. Ryan Aranda, take care of yourselves. My Best Life Paraguay. Y'all already know. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, guys, I'm out.